Hey folks, Renee Tuttle here, and I'm the Agriculture and Natural Resources Extension Agent in the West Plains Extension District. And today we're going to talk about cotton and its journey from seed to blue jeans, among many other things. A fun fact, cotton is the only plant that produces both food and fiber. Another fun fact is that cotton has been grown for over 7,000 years. Scientists have determined that cotton found in Mexico to be 7,000 years old. A Greek historian in the 5th century reported a plant that bore both fleece and fruit, aka cotton. It has been grown in India and Egypt for at least 5,000 years. Arab merchants first introduced cotton to Europe around 800 AD. When Christopher Columbus arrived in the West Indies, he found both cotton growing and natives wearing clothing made out of cotton. Early sightings of cotton in North America date back to the Coronado expedition in 1540. Spaniards first planted cotton in Florida in 1556. In 1607, English settlers planted cotton in the Jamestown colony. As European and American populations grew in the 18th century, so did the demand for inexpensive clothing, which continued the growth of the cotton market. Currently in the United States, the vast majority of cotton is grown in what is known as the Cotton Belt. The Cotton Belt consists of California, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and most importantly to us, Kansas. The cotton market in Kansas has grown exponentially in the past 7 years, and it continues to do so. From start to finish, cotton takes approximately 25 weeks to plant, develop, mature, and be ready for harvest. Cotton seeds are planted 1 to 3 inches deep in the early spring. 1 week later, small leaves known as cotyledons appear after germination. The first true leaves appear approximately 2 to 4 weeks, with the bud, also known as the square, appearing after 5 to 7 weeks. Bracts, which provide protection for the flower, begin to develop as the plant blossoms from a white flower that turns a light pink before withering after about 9 weeks. This is when the cotton boll develops, producing the fibers and seeds that are harvested. The cotton bolls open naturally over time at about 18 to 20 weeks, and a defoliant by ground or by air to help the leaves on the cotton plant dry and fall off is applied and helps any remaining bolls open. Cotton is ready for harvest at approximately 25 weeks. Here is a video of cotton harvest. Cotton is harvested mechanically by either a cotton picker or a cotton stripper. A cotton picker does just that. It picks the cotton from the boll without removing foliage or unopened bolls. In Kansas, most cotton is harvested with a cotton stripper. Cotton strippers remove the entire boll, leaves, and branches. Cotton strippers are useful in areas like Kansas that tend to plant cotton that is shorter in stature due to weather conditions and water availability. When cotton leaves the field, it leaves as either a round module that's compacted and wrapped by a cotton picker or stripper, or a square module, which you may be confused because it's actually in the shape of a rectangle that's made by a cotton module builder. These modules then head via truck to the local gin where the lint and seed are separated for processing. As the cotton industry boomed in the late 1700s, Eli Whitney, a recent graduate of Yale, had moved to Georgia to assume the position of private tutor on a plantation. His employer at the time encouraged him to find a solution to separate the seed from the cotton lint more efficiently. Whitney created his first hand-cranked gin in 1793 and patented the gin in 1794. With Whitney's invention of the cotton gin, lint volume increased to 50-fold. After the invention of the cotton gin, the yields of cotton doubled each decade after 1800. Here's an example of a tabletop cotton gin that's located at the Southwest Research Extension Center here in Garden City. This was used by a colleague and myself to gin cotton from a plot grown earlier this year in Stafford, Kansas. The cotton was handpicked for purposes of the trial, and the cotton bolls were dropped over the top, ran through saws, and the cottonseed emptied at the bottom, while the lint was blown into a square cage for collection. This data will be used in testing new cotton varieties planted here in Kansas. As you may realize, it's not feasible for a farmer to use a tabletop gin to gin all of their cotton. Here's what a commercial gin looks like. The round and square bales that we discussed earlier arrive at the gin and run through a large-scale ginning process, separating the seed from lint. Currently, there are 4 gins in Kansas: Anthony, Winfield, Cullison, and Moscow. Once the cotton lint is separated from the cotton seed, it is compacted by large machines in bales that weigh 500 pounds. After the cotton lint is baled at the gin, samples taken from each bale are classed according to their fiber strength, staple or fiber length, length uniformity, color, non-fiber content, and fiber used by the United States Department of Agriculture. Based on that information, those cotton bales then get shipped directly to the textile mill to become products that we use every day. 64% of cotton lint is used for making cloth for apparel. 33% is used for making home furnishings, and 3% is used for making other industrial products. Now it's time for some trivia. How many t-shirts or jeans or diapers can be made from one 500-pound cotton bale? Let's take a look. One bale of cotton can make on average 1,217 t-shirts, 3,085 diapers, 274 dresses, 215 pair of jeans, 1,918 gloves, 3,557 socks, 690 towels, and most surprisingly, it can make 313,600 $100 bills. I don't know about you, but I'd like to have that much money in my bank account. Most of the cotton varieties in Kansas are upland varieties that are used as a source of fiber for denim. So the next time you see cotton in the field while riding around Southwest Kansas, you can say, there's some mighty fine blue jeans sitting out in that field. Cotton lint is not the only important use of harvested cotton. Cottonseed kernels are crushed to make cottonseed oil. Cottonseed oil is used in cooking, baking, and frying. It can also be used in explosives and rubber. Cottonseed kernels and hulls can be fed to dairy cows, goats, poultry, and can even be used as fish feed and bait. Cottonseed can also be used to make fertilizer, tires, mops, shoes, and gauze, just to name a few. So it's easy to see why the world uses more cotton than any other fiber. Thank you for joining me today for Cotton's journey from seed to not only blue jeans, but many things. If you have any questions or would like any further information, feel free to contact the West Plains Extension District office. We are always happy to help.